Hi folks, Durag Wisdom, and believe it or not, it's 42 days since the coup, and I'm going to keep calling it a coup, and I'm going to keep calling that piece of shit that is going to be contaminated in the Oval Office a birther bastard. Remember that. Birther bastard Trump. Birther bastard Trump. You should make a hashtag. I can't because I was thrown off Twitter for threatening to murder alt-right Trump supporters who are trying to gang up on me. This is the book, My Bible, 1984. I want all of the folks who happen on my site, who happen on my this broadcast, to please. This book is extremely important now. If you want to understand the kind of shit you're dealing with the GOP, with the birther bastard and the Democratic Party, you've got to read this book. I've read it over 60 times over my lifetime, and I'm working on it again on a Kindle. I never read 1984 on a Kindle device, and I'm also highlighting important quotes. This is George Orwell. He's the one who wrote 1984. He also wrote Animal Farm, another classic about totalitarianism. Animal Farm, you have to read that one too, but this one here, you want to know the kind of shit that's coming in, the kind of shit that we've been dealing with in our government, in our lives, the kind of lies they tell, everything like that. Please, this is a handbook. It's not only a novel. It's going to help you look and see and wake the F up. All right. We're at war, all right? I don't want to be hyperbolic. I'm not trying. Hey, one thing you're going to understand from me, if I'm going to say a conspiracy theory, I'm going to tell you this is a conspiracy theory. If I'm going to give you fake news, I'm going to tell you right out, this is my fake news thing. I want to be as honest as I can. And believe me, I'm not going to be perfect about this. Excuse me. I'm not going to be perfect about this because there's going to be things I'm going to say and people are going to question. Like the fact I say I'm an atheist and yet I'm tribal when it comes to the Jewish people, you know, my tribe. People are going to ask, well, why you care about Israel so much? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, you're supposed to be an atheist. Well, you know, I say I identify with the national ethnic Jewish people, but I don't observe the religion. Okay, so whatever it is, you're going to ask me about things. So when I say we're at war, again, the Electoral College has rubber-stamped the birther bastard so he can contaminate the Oval Office. And when I say we're at war, ladies and gentlemen, and friends and enemies, whoever is... War, to me, the way I define war, and I'm 66, is when, at its simplest, one group of people is trying to hurt another. Trying to destroy everything that helps them to live. Okay, that's how I define war. Now, Cold War is when you're trying to hurt people without using weapons, like killing weapons that will right away. Instead in a war you kill people quickly unless you're torturing them, but in a Cold War you kill them slowly over time. So. In a hot war, of course, when you're actually killing people, we're having a civil Cold War in this country, and since the Electoral College has rubber-stamped the birther bastard to contaminate the Oval Office, this is now more than ever another battle that the right-wing rich people won to destroy us, because this is who's fighting us. We have corporations who are countries in themselves. We have Citizens United contaminating our electoral process. And not all rich people are rotten scumbags. But I'm afraid to tell you, and I hate to say it, I believe that most people of wealth are scumbags. Because if you look at the world around us, especially in the wake of the murders, the bloodshed, the savagery, Berlin, Turkey, Jordan. I mean, sorry folks, but we're a bunch of fucking savages. All right, we're still in this stage of our evolution where we're still savages. So, right now, we're in a war in this country with this nomination, this creep, because what he's putting into his cabinet would make Orwell laugh his ass off. Because if you read 1984, they have a ministry of truth, they have a ministry of peace, they have a ministry of plenty, and they have a ministry of love, and all these ministries are the opposite of what they're supposed to be. Ministry of truth is dedicated to lies. Ministry of plenty is dedicated to starvation. Ministry of war, of peace is dedicated to war. And Ministry of Love is dedicated to espionage, murder, and torture. That's why the secret police hangs out. So now what this creep has done, so far we've seen with his appointments, he's appointed this birther bastard to his cabinet, all rich scumbags, all plutocrats who want to hurt us, and people who are the opposite of what the cabinet is supposed to represent. The Secretary of Education hates public education. The Attorney General is a racist cracker who's dedicated his life to making sure that black people can't vote. The EPA guy is dedicated to destroying the environment. Shall I go on and on and on? So, what he has done, what the birther bastard has done, along with his GOP fascist totalitarians, is they're putting together a whole agenda to hurt us. To hurt us. If this isn't a war against us, I don't know what is. I got a bridge to sell you. And because I know it's a war, and thanks to this book I know it's a war, I'm going to prepare. I'm going to prepare and fight. Like I'm doing now with these, taking the time, I'm not getting paid for this, to make these broadcasts, to reach some people. I could reach one person, could reach another person, and another person. The rich hate us. The rich have always hated us in the entire history of the world. And they have hated us since the founding of this country. And they're going to work very, very hard to take away every right, every privilege, every social program that they can to enrich themselves, and we will just be their slaves or dead. We're going to be dead anyways, but we won't have any doctors or Medicare to help us. This is war. The Electoral College, in allowing this creep to ascend to the White House, this is war. Now, it's not over there, folks, because these creeps aren't just set on making a cold civil war here. They want war all over the freaking world. The birther bastard's nomination for the bankruptcy idiot for Israel, that's going to incite war. The fact that this creep admits he doesn't go to intelligence meetings, that's going to incite war. You understand? He wants us to have war. He wants the GOP and the rich bastards and that creep, that birther bastard. They want 3,000 more people to be dead in some kind of attack, and then they're gonna, and since they think we're stupid, the GOP thinks we're stupid, folks. And I know in this book, this is where I learned that totalitarians try to revise the past. They believe in what's called mutability of the past, so that they can change it to fit their means, to destroy us. So he starts another war, 3,000, 4,000 more people get murdered, and then they could detract it to try and take away more of our rights. We are at war. And this is just the beginning of a commentary that I'm going to be talking to you about. I don't want you to have to look at my ugly, stupid face for longer than you have to. But please listen to my words. Please wake the fuck up! Wake the Wake. Wake up! Wake up, motherfuckers!